First, I want to see kind of where you all are with respect to discussion board and Blackboard and things like that. And then I've got some disclaimers of my own that I'd like to kind of give. Then talk about why I use discussion board in my classes and what benefits I've gotten from it. Show you some of the things I've done with the discussion board and some of the good things that have come from it. But I've also had some challenges with Blackboard with some students and some other issues. And then we'll wrap up. But this is very informal. It is informal, so I would like for you to please participate as we go along, as opposed to saving your questions till the end, okay? All right, so first, tell me a little bit about who you all are. Nick, you wanna start, and where you are with Blackboard, and if you've used it, if you've done it, you know, where you are, what level you think you are?
I'm still a beginner with
Okay.
Blackboard.
Okay.
I'm in the School of Business and Economics, run the Center of Excellence in Financial Services, and teach personal finance courses. So I'm still trying to figure out how better I can use Blackboard.
And I'm Bob Herring. I'm in the School of Business and Economics, teaching the management area. I've used Blackboard ever since we got it on campus, which, probably goes back to about, 8 or so years ago now. And I use Blackboard per se pretty extensively. As far as the discussion board, I've been on and off on that. Sometimes I've used it fairly extensively, sometimes I haven't. So I'm just certainly interested in any ideas about ways to make it more effective.
Hi, my name is Rita Darby, and I'm from the School of Health Sciences. I teach nursing, and I'm the skills lab coordinator and the lab instructor. And I've recently started simulation collaboration with Wake Forest University Baptist Medical Center. And I have a simulation lab there, and I've had to teach myself simulation, and I need to know Blackboard and the possibilities of incorporating this into the simulation learning. And I have some experience with Blackboard in my coursework. I used discussion board when I was a student.
Okay.
And,
So you'll see the other side of it.
yeah, but I don't know how to use discussion board.
And Bob uses simulations a lot in his classes, and so he may be able to talk a little bit
it's a
too.
simulation.
Yeah.
Godwin Sashi, School of Business and Economics, specifically in the accounting and MIS department. This is my first year with Blackboard, but I do have some familiarity with the Angel system in my previous institution. Still at the beginner's level of things,
Okay.
but it's fun. You just want to know more.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Jim Kim, and I'm also in the School of Business Economics and Department of Economics and Finance. I'm teaching one course in online, so I'm using the discussion board right now. So I'm trying to figure out what are the the benefits. Already getting it, but frustrations she already figured out. So trying to get any kind of feedback to improve the way to how to improve the discussion board, how to encourage students to participate in. What are the structure to be needed, to improve student participation and the academic contribution. So.
I'm Denise Nation. I'm in social sciences. I've been tasked with, creating these online courses for the Justice Studies major. It's a fairly new major. I'm pretty familiar with Blackboard as a grad student, and now as a young professor. What I just like to see, what is out there? What can I do with these online courses? How can I incorporate the discussion board, to make the class more interactive? So anything I can do would be useful to me.
We're just introducing ourselves and saying, yeah, go ahead.
You can call me Bob McDonald. I'm in the Behavior Sciences Department. I teach 2 courses online. I teach cultural diversity in urban communities, and I've developed 2 others online. Population problems in human ecology, and one called Issues of the Nonprofit Sector. And I haven't developed the expertise yet for having students collaborate among themselves so that they they collaborate and present one project or one submission on their collaboration as opposed to 5 or 6 other
Yeah.
collaborations. So that's what I'm intending to, I'd like to learn.
And I actually, in addition to the discussion board, I did, at the end, I have a couple of things, because I'm doing this year, and actually last year I set up group pages for the students, and that really is working well. I had them do team case studies and projects and things like that, and that worked well with the group pages. So I can show that piece as well. So let me talk about my disclaimers here. I am not an expert on Blackboard by any means. Let me just say that. I like technology a lot. I try and use it as much as I can in my classes, but I'm always learning. And actually, it was just a blessing that I met Shira when I did, because she showed me things like next year I want to do I want to do podcasting, and I want to get a webcam because I want them to see me and, all that good stuff. So my first totally online course was last fall. And Blackboard actually has had some challenges, let's just say, over the last couple of years, and just, with maintenance issues and things like that. But being able to even work through that and still be excited about technology and using technology in the classroom still speaks well for it and other platforms that allow you to do this kind of, learning and teaching in the classroom. So in some of the discussions, now these are students as well as me, you might see typos. You might also see that I might not have, the first year, I might not have done the method properly, but if it worked for me, it worked for me, and I can just tell you how it worked, and then what I did this year to change some things, because I did make some changes this year. I love to learn from others, and we have, you all know, most of you may know Stephanie Meredith Joseph, is it Joseph Meredith? Joseph Meredith, and she's our distance learning coordinator for the School of Business, and she is teaching, she just had a baby, and she's teaching all of her classes online this semester. So she has to really do a lot of things with the virtual classroom and with, the group pages and a lot of that stuff. So she has really been, she's been in my office, she's shown me a lot of things that have just helped facilitate me. Also, other faculty and staff, we collaborate or commiserate, whatever you want to call it. We talk all the time about things. Last year, I think I spent a lot of time when I developed the course, the things that I put in, it took a lot of time. I mean, it was very time consuming. So this year I had to figure out, okay, what do I need to do differently in order to not minimize the time, but make the best use of the time for both me and the students when it comes to what they're learning and how they're learning. And then, of course, Kettle and Siddle. And of course the students give you feedback too about what they like and what they don't like and what works for them. And a lot of the students I find are working, they're reading their lectures, they're looking at their PowerPoint slides and things like that at work. And sometimes there are, what do you call the things? The firewalls. They're up at their jobs, and so they can't get some of the, like all of these little add-ins and things like that. So you want to kind of make things simple so that they can get to these things, but you can also have maybe other links that will allow them to do like the downloads and things like that. So I find things like that. And so again, as we get this new and improved technology, I don't know if we're going to keep Blackboard. I guess we are, but if we don't, just understanding the basics of it really does help you transition to any kind of new and improved. Because this year, this Blackboard 8 is a little different than last year, and it took a little tweaking and some things to get used to, but we're getting there. So those are my disclaimers. So why use discussion board? Now I use it, and you all please feel free to chime in, but it serves as a means of communicating with students in lieu of a face-to-face environment. And when I first started teaching last year, that online course, I was so leery about teaching because I love teaching face-to-face. I love being in the classroom, and I like being in front of the students. And I was just like, there's just no way. I want to record every single lecture, just like I would in the classroom, and just post that. That's what they should see, But the discussion board allows you still get to know the personalities of the students. You get to interact with them in a way that you could kind of in the classroom. It simulates the classroom a little bit. It also offers an alternative way, other than tests, exams, quizzes, things like that, to ascertain knowledge, understanding, or application of material covered. Because you're doing discussion boards and you're having them post threads and discussions about certain topics, and I can tell you, like, for example, one of the things that I did, I made at the beginning, I teach marketing. And at the beginning of the semester, I had the students choose, I gave them a list of organizations, and they had to be an expert for an organization. So no one student had the same organization. So when we're going through terms and concepts, I would give the question, I would say, using the organization for which you're an expert, please discuss, your target market. And so because there are all these different organizations, I'd be able to see whether or not they really understand